cake, it's got to be all.
Boxing production featured Jacob Romero from Albuquerque against an unknown from Colorado, Gary Triano. And Dan Sisneros, we know very little about Gary. We know a lot about Jacob.
Oh, we know a lot about him, Henry. It's Jacob Razor Sharp Romero fighting for Team Fresquez. He's undefeated, junior lightweight. He was a very good amateur, but boy, he's been just surprisingly good as a professional. We're hoping that he'll continue that undefeated streak tonight here in Santa Fe.
A young man from Colorado wanting to pull off the surprise tonight against Jacob.
And this will be a big win for Triano if he can pull it off here in New Mexico, but he's got his hands full against Jacob Romero, a smooth boxer.
That's what it's all about. We wonder what's going to happen each and every time on these Rising Stars boxing shows. Stay there, the action coming your way right after this. Welcome back to the Paolo Solari in Santa Fe, everybody. Henry Tafoya along with Dan Sisneros here, Rising Stars Boxing in the capital city. And now we go to an entertaining fight deluxe. We've got Jacob Romero against Gary Triano, and Jacob Romero from Albuquerque, undefeated in 8 bouts. He is 7-0 in 1 draw, 5 knockouts, and kind of set the stage. But first, let's go to ring announcer Bill Demas.
From Colorado, weighing in at 132 pounds, Gary Triano.
Now Gary Triano against Albuquerque's Jacob Romero. And both of these fighters are, at least appearance-wise, they look in great shape, Dan.
Yeah, Henry, I think Jacob Romero might have his hands full tonight. This guy looks absolutely ready to go, and I'm expecting another good fight here in Santa Fe.
Well, Santa Fe, a new venue for boxing. This community loves this sport. And they've come out in the thousands tonight at the Paolo Solari.
Yeah, good-looking crowd, Henry. They're starting to really roll in here.
Oh, what an awesome view that is. Boxing in the capital city of the state of New Mexico. Jacob Romero in solid black, trimmed in red, against Gary Triano of Colorado, 1-2-1 in purple trunks here.
And again, Henry, Jacob Romero is a counter-puncher style of fighter. Sometimes not all-out aggression, but when he hurts you, he'll jump all over you.
Well, he knows his craft, and he does it well. And Gary Triano, if he wants to win this fight, he will have to be extremely aggressive, but he has to beware. He is fighting a counter-puncher, as you stated, a very good one.
Yeah,
and early on, Dan, they are very cautious.
And that's to be expected from Jacob Romero. And I'll tell you, the 2 fights before this one are a hard act to follow. These guys are really scientific-looking boxers. One thing I noticed right away is Gary Triano is the southpaw, and we'll see if that gives Romero a little trouble.
Now, Gary Triano is hurt, and he's seen videotape, I'm sure, and he's got a scouting report, and he's being very, very tactful and very aggressive here. Looking, hunting, and pecking for the opportunity. But he is coming forward, and a good body punch start things off. Hard left hand, and backing Romero up.
Look at him continue to work to the body.
And Jacob Romero is unbeaten, 7-0-1.
Jacob Romero, Henry, fighting now for the Fresquez team. And he's, yeah, as you say, 7-0-1. He wants to keep that undefeated streak going here.
Both of these fighters appear in good shape. Left hand working here for Triano. Sneaks it in a couple of times. And Romero's power when he does counter. Is it enough to put people away?
He's done it in the past, Henry. He has 5 KOs. And I've seen him in the amateurs knock quite a few guys off their feet. But Triano looks like he's in real top condition here. And I'm telling you, I really expect him to give Jacob trouble tonight.
Well, he looks ready for war. And we could very well be in store for one later in this fight. 2 young men physically look ready to go. But both young men very cautious in the early going of this fight. And Triano, the aggressor, has a good left hand and uses it very well. Underneath he comes with a big left hand against the ropes.
And I think Romero was complaining about a headbutt. Triano was kind of charging in with his head.
Now he gets a warning from the referee. But Triano will maintain his aggressive attitude. And if he's going to steal Jacob's thunder, he will have to continue, and he does with the left hand. Sneaks it in there a couple of times. And he keeps the pressure on Romero. Romero complaining about the headbutt still.
And again, Henry, this fight looks like it's going to be a real learning experience for Jacob Romero, and that's what Rising Stars is all about. He's going to learn something here, because I think this guy's bringing a different style to Jacob than he's faced before.
Under the lights and under the clouds in the beautiful Paolo Solari in Santa Fe. Triano brings on the left hand again, backing up Jacob Romero. as round number 1 heading to a closure. Right hand, left hand. Romero in trouble in the ropes, in the corner, and comes out and holds on for dear life. After 1 round, impressive. Gary Triano surprising Jacob Romero. What will round 2 offer? Stick around. We'll be right back.
I should have gone off at St. Francis.
Oh, they said
come straight down.
Yeah, you know that. If you're looking
Now we are ready for round 2. And Gary Triano surprised the house with that big left hand working underneath and backed Romero up against the corner and almost had him out there in the first round.
Sometimes, Henry, you just can't rely on looking at records, at numbers in the program. It's all a matter of who have they fought and what type of styles have they faced.
Now Triano thinking upset. He thinks he's ready for this. And Jacob Romero certainly has a great deal of respect for the young man from Colorado. But he too has a left hand and shows it. But here comes a big one from Triano and backing up Romero. Jacob may have to change his tactics here, Dan.
And Henry, Triano's hot right now, but I think he better consider pacing himself a little bit, because if he burns out at all, Jacob Romero will hurt him.
Well, he has come into this fight 1-2-1, and obviously in those 4 fights he's learned a big lesson about something. Maybe this is the way he makes himself better.
And I'm sure he's very determined to get back to the 500 mark. It's not too late to get his career back on a good track here. Rudy Lovato did it. I think Gary Triano's thinking the same way.
Now Triano's certainly courageous. And it sneaks the left hand in there again, and those shots have to hurt Romero. And another uppercut gets in there. And here comes the counter-punching from Jacob Romero, starting to show his skills a little bit more. Now the body shot. Triano still comes back for a little bit more action. Nothing has faced Triano yet, and he is definitely the big underdog in this one.
And Henry, Jacob Romero has fought 2 classic battles with crosstown rivals from Albuquerque. Marty Maestas, that was his only draw in his pro debut. And then he took on Ricky Ortega at the Albuquerque Duke Stadium in a terrific fight, which Jacob won by decision.
A right hand by Gary Triano now, showing signs of right hand strength as well. Body shot by Jacob Romero. And now covering up his Triano. It had to hurt, but he covers up better that time.
And I like to see Jacob go to the body. I think that's where he can find some pay dirt, Henry.
Now we see Triano doing a little counter-punch of his own here. Yes, he is the aggressor. But every time Romero gives, he gets one right back, and there's a left hand by Romero and a right hand. Best combination of the fight so far for Jacob Romero.
Yeah, again, it looks to me like Jacob has found something in the body attack. He needs to keep it going until it doesn't work anymore.
Left hand gets in there in the right rib cage of Triano. Ticks him off a little bit now. Takes a slap on the left head. Left on the right cheek, rather. Left hand sneaks in. Now the uppercut to the body by Triano, and backing up Jacob Romero, and gets the left hand in again. Combination flying here. And they exchange punches. Now big left hand rocks Triano, and the first one that really got through there to rock him. But he continues to come forward.
2 good athletes, Henry. These guys are well matched. 2 excellent looking athletes.
Now Triano looking real sharp here. Now a big body shot moves Romero back. And Romano said, who is this guy? Jacob a little surprised at the talent in Triano, takes another left hand. But a big right hand comes over the head, and a straight left hand rocks Romero back to the ropes. Well, Triano, the game warrior from Colorado, surprising the house. What's coming our way? We'll be back to find out after these messages. Paolo Solari and a big crowd looking on. And a surprise in the making, perhaps, in Gary Triano giving Jacob Romero everything he ever wanted in a boxing match, and takes a left hand as he's trying to talk to the referee. No time to talk, you got to fight.
Yep. First rule of boxing, Henry.
Oh,
Protect
a
yourself
big
at all
left
times.
hand, and Romero felt that one. He counters with a left hand of his own. But the power of Triano really showed there.
Just as I suspected, Henry, Jacob Romero is having his hands full here tonight. There was just something about the way Triano looked, his style, the southpaw and all. He looks ready to pull an upset here.
Oh, but now Romero counters with a left hand of his own. And that hander takes another one, and a right hand. And Triano looks a little bit dazed now.
Jacob Romero brings a pretty decent right hand, Henry.
Now Triano looks a little bit puzzled. He was rocked. And now Romero now starting to show his skills and his authority in the ring. But Triano gets his composure. And now takes a right hand, left hand combination from Romero.
Good exchange right there, Henry.
Now that one sneaks through in a right hand, left hand. Triano, very game warrior. And Romero seems a little bit surprised here, Dan.
Yeah, Triano's making Jacob work a little bit harder than he's used to, Henry. A lot of his other opponents, Jacob Romero has been in full control. But in this one, Triano is really aggressive, and he's putting the pressure on Jacob.
And Jacob sneaks in a right hand. But a well-conditioned Triano, very strong. And can weather the punch. And now Romero extending his punches now.
And also going to the body, Henry. Like I said, he's found something there, the pay dirt. I think that's where he needs to go, attack the body.
Romero now sneaks in a right hand, left hand combination. And understands that he's going to have to turn it on a little bit and could be behind in points at this stage of the game.
Very well could be, Henry. Very well.
Now body shots, right and left hand. And Triano now shows a little wear on his facial expression. But he continues to move forward, and that is going to be his battle cry tonight. The strategy is to be the aggressor.
Absolutely, and it's effective aggression, like I've said before, Henry. He's not walking into punches, he's walking forward and doing damage.
The big crowd in Santa Fe enjoying this fight very much. Almost can feel that they can sense a possible upset in the making. And Romero maybe can sense it too, and that's why he is showing himself a different looking fighter. Right hand, left hand, but he backs up against the ropes and gives Triano another opportunity, and there's the exchange. Romero finds himself in that corner, and he makes himself extremely vulnerable, Dan.
It looks like another fight of attrition, Henry. The conditioning, all the work in the gym, this is where they're going to bring it forward. It could save their butt.
All right, getting very close on the left hand, right hand. Triano moves forward. He took some punishment there in the center of the ring. Now he takes some more punishment as we get ready to close out the round. Wow, what a fight in Santa Fe. More to come. Don't go away. Henry T is dizzy. Dan, you look in good shape. These fighters look in good shape.
I'm in good shape because I'm sitting down right here, Henry. Yeah, this has been a good battle so far, Henry. A good tactical battle, but a lot of explosive punching.
Now Romero now looking, waiting for the right moment. And he has 5 knockouts in his 8 fights. Not by accident, this young man has power.
Oh, he has power. He displayed that in the amateurs.
Triano, right hand, left hand. Very quick with that left hand. And he continues to move forward. That is his strategy, and it's paid big dividends thus far. And Romero backs away. Triano is relentless. He continues to charge and throw the left hand.
And I wish I knew a little bit about the amateur background of Triano, Henry. He looks like a well-schooled fighter. I'm really curious as to how his amateur career went.
Now he looks and backs and takes a left hand. A flush left hand by Romero. Now Romero senses something and comes in and blocked to the right hand. Nice block defensive work by Triano. But Romero now starting to turn it on a little bit. Gets a body shot in.
And I was talking about the right-hand power of Romero, but it looks like he has it in
Great
both.
big combination by Romero. But Triano stands, takes it. Now Romero now is stepping it up a little bit here, Dan.
He needs the power in both hands, and he has it, Henry. But boy, Triano is really just bringing out everything he has.
Now Romero has been in some tough fights, but in the Rising Stars development, they are supposed to get tougher.
Definitely. This is definitely a step up.
Now Triano has taken some big shots, but he is well conditioned. He has weathered the storm thus far. He might be ahead in points. Who knows? He has thrown enough punches to be.
I have it very close, Henry, after 3 rounds.
And Romero keeps finding himself backing up against the ropes. from appearance, that doesn't help him at all. And he takes a left hand underneath. Another left hand underneath by Triano. Right hand, left hand by Romero.
Yeah, sometimes the counter-punching style can work against you in the minds of the judges, Henry. You're backing up and the other guy's attacking.
Now when you attack and you make contact,
yep,
that's impressive.
Absolutely. It also makes a mark on the crowd. The crowd sees the aggression.
And the crowd gets reaction from aggression,
yeah,
and it's entertaining. It's all a psychological warfare tactic.
And if you're sitting in the cheap seats, you can't really tell what's landing and what's not, but you can see the man moving forward.
Here's the right hand, left hand, and Triano's hurt. Holding on in the corner. Romero nailed him twice.
Always dangerous, razor sharp Romero.
And now a very hurt Triano in the center of the ring, taking the best from Jacob Romero. And the complexion of this fight has changed. We're near the end of the round. Can Triano hang in there? He continues to move forward despite the big hits. And the round comes to a close. And Jacob Romero's best round by far. Where are we going from here? We'll find out together after these messages. Well, welcome back to beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico, the capital city, being entertained tonight by the Rising Stars Boxing Show. Round 5. Wow, is this fun.
What a fight, Henry. This is a good matchup. Still up for grabs. A lot of entertainment to be had.
Now Triano learned a big lesson. He learned the strength of Jacob Romero in that last round. Now he comes out, throws some big bombs of his own, and has Romero backed up against the ropes. And those shots are making contact. Right hand. And Jacob has to counter with the right hand of his own. Here comes the uppercut. And if Jacob Romero is going to be the man, he's going to have to beat the man tonight.
And Romero scored with a big uppercut in that last round. It looks like Triano learned something from that, and he's trying it himself, Henry.
Now records at this stage in their career are very deceiving. 1, 2, and 1, meaningless.
Throw them out, Henry. Doesn't mean a thing. This is a pick'em fight right here.
Triano has come to fight tonight. Jacob Romero has been tagged by some vicious shots by this young man from Colorado. But Jacob has thrown a few of his own here lately.
And Henry, if Triano pulls the upset tonight, give conditioning. That's the factor that brought him this upset, if he can do it.
Sneaks the right hand through. And now he's effective with both hands. Both fighters getting tired here as we get later into the fight. Now, who wants it more? It's a cliche, but it's the truth.
And you know, Henry, if we were back in Albuquerque, the crowd would be roaring for Jacob Romero, but being a little bit more neutral here in Santa Fe.
Got a big left hand again. He rocks Triano, but he continues to move forward. Triano's relentless. You hit him, you get hit twice.
Yeah, and the conditioning gives him the strength to continue to move forward.
Triano in purple, Jacob Romero from Albuquerque in black and red. Very close fight in the beautiful capital city. Big left hand. Triano now continues to move forward. He's a good defensive fighter as well. And Romero continues to duck away. Misses with the left hand. Now he makes contact with the left hand. And Romero showing signs of fatigue of his own here.
And Henry, I hope Romero is not thinking in terms of his undefeated streak continuing and settles down and thinks about each round by round, winning the round.
Well, I don't see a judge here looking at records or past experiences. They're looking at what's going on right now.
Absolutely.
And Triano continues to move forward and continues to nail a punch here and there and chalking up score on the scoreboard. Right hand, left hand. Now here comes Triano for some more action.
Both guys are doing a lot of scoring to the body, Henry.
Now the referee pushes back Triano. Now they get them separated. Here they come again. Right hand, misses. Big right hand, makes contact from Romero. And Triano now continues to move forward. And Romero just can't get free. Now he's starting to extend his punches and makes contact right on the nose of Triano. Triano gives him a mean stare as they break away. Well, it is very close. What kind of ending will we have? Stick around and find out. The boxing lights in the beautiful Paolo Solari in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And do we have in store here as we come to the finish? Triano in purple against Jacob Romero in black. Triano has not changed one iota. He continues to move forward and put the pressure on Jacob Romero.
Yes, he does, Henry. Four-wheel drive, straight ahead.
In the corner they go. Then the combinations keep racking up points for Triano. And he is making contact, and Romero is trying to fight back, but he's taking punishment. Now he turns boxer and fighter. And Triano says, hey, I'm going forward, and Romero has injured himself up in the corner in the ropes.
I think he hit his back on the ropes, Henry.
And you can hear the crowd. This crowd is leaning towards Triano. He has made this fight here tonight.
Oh, Henry, boxing fans love aggressive fighters, and Triano, he is a crowd pleaser.
Well, he has got the edge on my card. Now here comes Jacob. Jacob's going to have to rally to win it. But there's still time. He is the kind of fighter that he can put the lights out with one blow. Triano now misses with battery with the left hand and made himself vulnerable, and Jacob couldn't see it in time.
Henry, I have this fight dead even after 5 rounds, unofficially, of course, but I could see this thing going either way. And again, we come down to the last round, meaning everything.
Well, if there were a scoreboard up there, Triano would have a lot more punches from my vantage point.
And the aggression is helping him as well in the eyes of the judges and the fans.
Now Jacob Baca now aware that he is obviously behind. He is going to have to turn it on. And Triano has taken the best Romero, and he keeps on pushing.
Henry, I'm wondering how much that took out of Jacob Romero, that injury in the ropes there.
Now Romero's going to have to find the wide open shot, and he's looking for it now.
He needs to go back to the body. I think Jacob Romero should go back to the body attack, but everything's happening so fast.
Now Triano can withstand what Romero is going to bring on here in the waning moments. He might have the upset. Now Triano comes in with a 1-2-1 record, but that is meaningless here. Jacob Romero undefeated, and his undefeated record in jeopardy here in Santa Fe.
And Jacob Romero is such a soft-spoken and just a really neat person. You hate to see him in this situation, but Henry, this is a learning experience. This is what it's all about.
Well, they assume the risk when they get into this game that anything can happen. And Triano, a little bit deceived, and Jacob came up throwing some bombs, but Triano's got something going. Right hand, left hand, and misses on a couple of golden opportunities up against the ropes.
What a vicious battle, Henry. These guys are like 2 pit bulls right here.
And the crowd looking on, just as dazed as the fighters. Very intense atmosphere here in Santa Fe. Triano now stays down low in that peekaboo style, hard to hit. Right hand knocks Romero back. Romero is hurt. Triano senses it. Romero trying to fight back. The left hand dazed Jacob Romero. Now Romero trying to fight back underneath. And Triano very strong. What a finish to that round. Well, it is over. What kind of result are we going to have? No doubt about it. Jacob Romero's record, his undefeated record in jeopardy. But the decision is not mine. It's in the hands of the judges.
Thank goodness.
We will be back to find out what happened after these messages. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Paolo Solari in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Wow, what a fight we saw here. And Bill Demas has the decision coming his way here. Let me just ask you before we go to the ring announcer, what do you think, Dan?
Well, Henry, I have it close, a lot of close rounds, but on my card, I've got it by 1 point for Triano, but I would not argue either way.
From the entertainment value, from the aggression value, there's no doubt about it.
Definitely.
Triano, the winner.
Definitely a 10 on the entertainment scale.
Now, we're not the judges. They know far more about this sport than I do. We have seen boxing come up with some very unusual decisions over the years, very accurate decisions. but each one seems like it's a mystery and a very mysterious event here as the ring announcer is about ready to tell us all. Here is ring announcer Bill Demas with the decision.
We have a unanimous decision. Judge Martinez scores at 59-55. Judge Ash 59-55. And Judge Gallup 58-56 for the unanimous winner, Jacob Romero.
Well, that's how much I know about this sport.
Well, Henry, I'm a licensed judge, but they might take my license because it was close, though. I told you I wouldn't argue either way. I don't know about those.
Well, the crowd, you know, there was mixed feelings with the reaction from the crowd. And Jacob Romero, you know, he is tactful. He is an impressive fighter. But tonight he was not at his best. I will say that.
Well, he
got a unanimous decision. I'm still wondering how.
He was pushed to the limit, Henry, but it depends where you're sitting, and we're on the opposite side from the judges.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen,
we will come back for more. I'll get a drink of water. I told you 7,000 feet altitude makes me dizzy. It bothers my eyesight.
Are you sure that's water you're drinking?
Whatever. Well, we better check it. We'll be back with more Rising Stars Boxing after this.
We have some people here from K-Bomb.